line. Today I will be playing the new story arc. Let's get into it. Gamma Quadrant is actually what the title of the story arc is, but it's the Victory of Life. Oh, when do you have not unlocked this episode yet? That's 6.
Head to DS9 as soon as you're able.
You see, the Alliance has agreed to a summit meeting with the Dominion to discuss. Let's go. Full speed.
Please, we're low on fuel and supplies. We need help, badly.
Tell the Ambassador that any Jem'Hadar aggression will be met with deadly force.
Ouch, everyone's being pretty unfriendly at the moment.
This is Station Control. Welcome to Deep Space. Also, Captain Nog is waiting to meet with you on the promenade.
Hello. Nice to be working with you again. I've been assigned to assist you here on the station. The leaders of the 4 major delegations have asked to meet with you prior to the summit meeting. Their offices are located here on the promenade. Admiral Quinn's office is behind those doors.
The results of this summit could have long-lasting effects. A number of our allies, particularly the Klingons, consider the Hurk to be a Dominion problem. The Federation sees this as a chance to improve relations with the Dominion. Having allies in the Gamma Quadrant instead of enemies would be a great step toward galactic peace.
True. But could you actually trust the Dominion is the question.
Here is Proconsul Deton's office.
This summit may be difficult. While your people will see a path toward peace, I suspect the Klingons will feel the opposite. There is no love lost between them and the Dominion, or the Hurk for that matter. The Republic position is one of pragmatism. A weakened Dominion will be easier to deal with, and the Hurk are a threat no one can ignore.
It's already a weakened Dominion, so what are you talking about? It won't come here unless they need it to.
Chancellor Jempok has an office here.
This summit may not end well. Most of the High Council sees the Hurk as a Dominion problem. They are content to let them fight to the end and deal with any survivors. But there are others, such as Martok, who see that position as dishonorable. If they want to fight the war of their ancestors, so be it. But they will be doing so without the Empire. The same could be said for your Federation, should they choose to aid the Dominion.
Nice to see some fight. Most of the Bajorans won't go near the processing areas. Too many bad memories about how the Cardassians ran them, I guess. That's good and well. Just means more work for me. Beats working for the Dominion, I can tell you that much.
Ambassador Odo is here, coordinating security efforts.
I'll be blunt. The Hurk have decimated most of the Dominion. All but one fleet, gone. It's all the Jem'Hadar can do to keep our remaining worlds from being laid waste. There is no diplomacy with the Hurk. We don't know why they're attacking. We're not even sure where they're coming from. I'm sure there are those in the Alliance who would be content to let the Hurk destroy us. But where do you think they'll turn once they're fit?
There are several out... I believe the Kai is here. My father is in my uncle's bar. Hard to believe he used to work there, huh?
I was wondering when you'd come along. We would have been wiped out without help. And it wasn't easy, believe me. Did you have another question?
Looks like Counselor Garrick is in his old tailor shop. Huh.
Hello there. I take it you're not here to update your ensemble. Though if you'd like a few suggestions, I'd be happy to provide some. In the meantime, let's talk about serious business, shall we? I'm sure you'd like to know Cardassia's position on the Herc problem. It's simple, really. They're a menace, and one we should deal with swiftly. Surprised? Once upon a time, when I was but a tailor. That was before plain, simple Garrick became a member of the Detapa Council, of course. Before the Reconstruction and the Iconian War and the Herc. While I'm proud of the work I've done for Cardassia over the years, there's a part of me that yearns to be here once more. To be just a tailor. Will there be anything else?
I don't know if I'm in the right way or the wrong way, because I don't know.
Hello there. I suppose Admiral Quinn sent you down here to see where Bajor stands. I can tell you, we're worried. The Herc were a few ships away from ravaging our homeworld, and if the Dominion falls, they'll be back. And we'll be the first to face them, so Bajor stands ready. We'll do what we can to stop the Herc, even if that means joining forces with the Dominion. There's something else I should mention. I've experienced visions recently, a sign from the prophets. I see a place I've been before, a world beyond the grip of death. It's the home of a former Kai, and it's in the Dominion. I should also mention that I've seen you in this vision as well. As Kai, I'm obligated to serve the will of the prophets. Doing so leads me to many places, not just Bajor. It can be difficult, especially in times of war. There's been a lot of that in the last few years. First the Dominion, then the Klingons, the Iconians, and now the Herc. There are times when I wonder how Ben Sisko managed during the Dominion War, and he was the innocent. I've tried to follow his example whenever possible, but it's been a challenge. something else on your mind?
The Alliance has asked a number of special consultants to attend the summit. I know each of them well, and I can vouch for their knowledge and skill. Even my uncle.
Quark and all of that.
Hello. It's been a while since that business at Corvair, hasn't it? You're looking well. My compliments to your CMO. As you can see, I've been recently recommissioned. I'm doing what I can to get things in order here after that business with Yinz and Keth. The situation is compounded by the presence of civilians, both local and from other systems. Even the I mustered out some time ago to start a private practice on Trill. Since then, I've worked on special projects for Starfleet from time to time as a consultant. Even managed to start a family. Needless to say, I wasn't initially thrilled with the idea of putting the uniform on again. Still, it's very hard to say no to Kai Kira and Captain Dax. And so here I am. Something on your mind?
Hello. My husband is risking... Look, if I were... Yeah. Was there something else?
So, they dragged you into this too, huh? Can't... If you ask. I do. And Can I get you something?
There's a number of refugee groups here on the promenade.
It must be a surprise seeing Kremens here on a Federation station. Let that sink in for a minute. It's so bad in the Dominion that its citizens are looking for safe haven with their former enemies. We were the lucky ones. We got out of...
Behind me.
We're lucky to be alive, friend. There was little warning before the Herc attacked our homeworld. We sent a call to the Founders, but no Jem'Hadar ships came. Our local defense force didn't last long. A few of us managed to get away on ships before the Herc closed in. Word of the Bajorans and their faith reached us after the war ended. Their stories about one of their spiritual leaders. She came to the worst of us on our prison moon to bring the wisdom of the prophets. So, when the Herc came, we decided to come here, through the Celestial Temple, to seek deliverance. If the Founders won't listen to us, perhaps Kai Kira and the...
Quinn here. The summit will begin soon. Interesting. Well, everyone's here and no one started shooting. Could be worse. That was a joke.
I'm glad you're here. I've been feeling conflicted. You're right.
Hello again. I believe...
Greetings.
Jempak, know this. If I can have everyone's... Thank you all for coming. By now, you should be aware of our tactical situation. The Dominion, as you know it, is on the verge of collapse. We've withdrawn to our core systems, and the lines are holding, for now. Without your help, the Herc will win the war of attrition.
What about your outer systems? We're receiving refugees here, from those areas.
We have one fleet left, Admiral. That's hardly enough to defend the entire Dominion.
I'm failing to see how this concerns the Empire.
The recent battle here is a sample of what the Herc can do.
If you think they'll stop at the wormhole, you're sadly mistaken.
Need I remind you that the Dominion came to your aid in the Iconian War? I seem to recall Klingons placing high value on debts of honor, or has that changed?
Mind your tongue, changeling! I will not be insulted!
Admiral Quinn to Ops. What's happening?
We're under attack, Admiral. It's the Herc. Reading Herc boarding parties. Multiple decks. They've concentrated in the damaged pylon. Ore processing area.
I need you to get to that damaged pylon section.
Let's get moving.
Bad news. That...
Enemy targets on center.
I did not make sure that my inventory was empty. True. Frick, my inventory is almost full. Hopefully I don't pick up much on this mission. Oh, we have full access to all the mission.
Nice work.
Yeah.
The safety... I need you to...
Ships. Gotta let everyone better read it. Read. It's actually Victory of Life up there.
The Hurk are attacking the station and several civilian vessels in the system. I've sent ships to assist them, but I'm concerned our forces are spread too thin. I'd like you to work with those ships to protect the civilians while the rest of us defend the station. First, Dukan Rex will accompany you as a combat escort.
Starfleet vessels, this is Quinn. Protect civilian targets.
Nice work. But I'm afraid there's bad news. We're picking up Herc vessels and they're heading our way. The station's weapon systems are offline. We need a few minutes to get them up and running. Until then, we're a sitting duck over here. I've asked every ship in the sector to regroup and prepare for battle.
Honor your ancestors. Fight now to destroy the Herc.
Ecosystem online!
That was the last of them. We're not picking up any Herc ships on long-range sensors. For now, at least. I think it's clear that the Dominion is prepared to work with you to stop the enemy. I hope the Federation is ready to do the same. In the meantime, our team will do what it can to keep the Herc on our side of the wormhole. Tell Admiral Quinn not to wait too long to make a decision. This will reach the Federation faster than anyone would like, believe me.
Let's get out of here, boys and girls.
The Herc threat is real. We can't afford to let it expand throughout the galaxy. There will be resistance to getting involved, but I believe we have no choice. The Federation must render aid to the Dominion if we're to have any chance of stopping the Herc onslaught. In the meantime, Kai Kira of Bajor has requested a mission to the Innis system, and Ambassador Odo has authorized it. The Kai has asked for our assistance on this, and she asked for you by name. Whatever she needs, make it so.
Congratulations, Admiral.
Please tell me I might to write this. Nope. I see. I am inventory. Assist. Oh god, this is gonna be a slow process.
I need your help with a very sensitive mission. A former Kai, Opaka, was trapped on a prison moon in the Gamma Quadrant in 2369. Alien nanotech in her system prevents her from leaving the moon, but it also sustains her life indefinitely while on the surface. It seems the wardens of the prison were planning on curing and granting amnesty to the prisoners until their planet was decimated by the Herc. Somehow, the Dominion managed to obtain the cure and they provided it to us as a peace offering. The moon hasn't been hit by the Herc, but it's only a matter of time. We need to cure Opaka and the others and get them out of there before that happens. Something else on your mind? We need to rescue something else. We need to rescue something else on your mind.
Time to go through the wormhole, boys. Into the Gamma Quadrant.
Good, we've arrived. I suggest scanning the prison moon and its satellite network. They might have fixed the design flaw we exploited here years ago to bypass their defenses.
Those satellites could cripple a Starfleet runabout with one shot back then. I'd rather not find out how powerful they are now, if you don't mind.
Yay, one ship for this mission.
Looks like the satellite weapon and defense systems were updated to deal with modern vessels, but they still have the same flaw that Miles O'Brien took advantage of years ago.
You should be able to distract the satellites by firing probes near their position. Distract enough of them, and you'll clear an area long enough to safely beam down an away team. Picking up some debris clouds from Herc ships in orbit.
Still is questionable. Why would you upgrade something but not actually fix a flaw in your own defense? Half in process.
It's possible some Herc bypassed the satellites. We should be ready.
Looks like O'Brien's trick still works. The satellites took the bait, and we have a safe transport window. We're in position. I recommend we bring some pattern enhancers along. Local interference can make it tough to get a lock on, and we might have to leave in a hurry. All right, we're in position. I recommend we bring some pattern enhancers along.
Ah, the wreckage of the Yangtze Jam. Or what's left of her, rather. Looks like the locals have scavenged everything of value from the old girl. Unlike her, they can never die thanks to the nanotech inside of them.
Right. The last time we were here, the prisoners were eager to be cured, if only to get the chance to kill their rivals off for good. I'm hoping that Opaka has shown them a better path in the time she's been here among them.
We're not alone. Herc life signs dead ahead. This is interesting. I just ran a medical scan on these Herc. They're not regenerating. There's no sign of the alien nanites in their bodies. Something in the Herc genetic makeup isn't compatible with the nanites. I suspect it only works on humans.
Charge for the Federation and my underpants. Low. Holy shit, that's a lot of fun.
We're here to help. Keep fighting!
I think you'll find that she'll be...
You can relax. I'm fine now. Really.
You made it. Good. The Kai's been expecting you. Yes, she's had a vision about you coming here. Come with us.
That doesn't leave me with happy thoughts.
The Kai's waiting for you, in the temple ahead.
Welcome. It's been some time since we've had peaceful visitors. And Kai Kira, it's been too long. Truly, the prophets have smiled upon us today.
Indeed they have. We have brought the cure. You'll be able to live a normal life away from here. You'll be free.
And we have something to bring with us. A miracle.
Is that...
Yes. A blessing from the prophets. The Orb of Peace. Through it, we ended the war between Ennis and Noel Ennis. As you can see, our peace has been shattered by the arrival of the hostile aliens. We have tried to speak with them, to find reason, but we have failed. We don't even know their name.
They're called Herc, and there's no reasoning with them. They attack and devastate every world, every species they encounter. We need to get you and your people out of here as soon as possible.
I see. We must take the orb with us as well. I can't have it falling into the hands of such a warlike species. It would be like the occupation all over again.
That's not going to happen. I won't allow it, and neither will my friends. We can administer the cure to everyone in groups. With your permission, we'll start right away.
Very well. Begin the procedure. I'm sure many of us are eager to leave this place and begin a new life together.
Some time ago,
After all this time, to live a normal...
Yeah, I bet you we get attacked and they all die. That'd be...
The cure, huh?
That'd be right.
when they put me here, all I... Is this for real?
Then it's true.
Looks like you're down to 1 dose of the cure.
You have my thanks.
Those things are attacking! Defend yourselves! Down! Medic! Someone help him!
I'm afraid he's dead.
Though we will mourn the loss of our...
The doctor and I will...
Oh, it was right about the attack, just wrong about how many died. child party say would be right now, as soon as we get the ship. Red alert and get us the hell. That's unfair.
Let's move the ship behind the satellites and lure the Hurk in. Just in time. Here they come. for now. Let's get the rest of Opaka's people out of the colony while we can. The Herc might send a larger force to finish us off.
I'm glad I was able...
Thank you, Julian.
Let's get out of here, boys.
Welcome to Deep Space Nine.
Emissary, our paths meet again.
Hello, Ben. It's good to hear from you.
What the? Okay. At an unexpected time.
I'm glad we were able to return Opaka to Bajor safely. She's determined to follow the will of the prophets and establish a new place of worship in the Gamma Quadrant near the wormhole. Odo assures me that the Dominion are openly discussing this. See, many of us have not forgotten the fate of the new Bajor colony and the Dominion's role in that. As for me, my time as Kai is coming to an end. Opaka is the Kai that Bajor needs now. I intend to guard the Celestial Temple from the Herc and anyone else who would destroy the home of the prophets. Best place to do that is Deep Space Nine, as part of Starfleet. I'll be Captain Kira the next time you see me. Thank you again for helping me bring Opaka home. I owe you
one. Congratulations, Admiral.
first 3 tonight, and then tomorrow I'll do the last 2.
The Dominion has asked the Alliance to send an expeditionary force into the outer reaches of their territory. The Hurk aren't as numerous there, and we're hoping we can learn more about them while we render aid to the Dominion in that sector. Ambassador Odo will be accompanying us on his flagship, along with Captain Kira aboard the Defiant. I'll be commanding a modest Cardassian fleet. We'll start in the Dosi system. Our latest intelligence has discovered the Hurk. Meet us there at your earliest convenience. Be seeing you.
First they take the wormhole. Paying 75 grand seems a bit excessive.
Thank you for joining us. As you can see, we can't even defend our stations from Hurk attacks. It's going to take a joint Alliance and Dominion effort to stop them. We are currently at the edge of the Dosi system. Thankfully, the Hurk aren't attacking the Dosi homeworld yet. They're starting to evacuate as a precaution, however. The Dosi recently joined the Dominion after many years of independence. Their aggressive fondness for commerce can be troublesome, but they've managed to prove their worth to the Founders. Work on this planet was a joint project with the Karemans, and the Dominion built a station here to provide oversight.
All ships, target the Hurk and fire at will.
Victory is life!
Oh, we knew that. We were gonna hear that, that's for sure.
see you're a handy person to have around. And what... This planet appears to have been abandoned some time ago. No life signs detected. Sensors indicate an extensive network of defunct mines. I'm reading residual levels of dilithium, topoline, chemosite, several components used in the production of Ketracel White. How curious. Of what use would this world be to the Herc? It's clearly of no value to the Dominion. Wait. I'm reading more Herc in...
They're going for the station. What are they after? We should scan the station once we're...
That is a way looking station.
The station is a basic resource transport hub, not exceptionally old. No life signs on sensors. It looks abandoned. I'm picking up trace levels of mineral resources in several storage areas, but there's nothing of note here, unless the Herc are driven solely to consume an assortment of minerals. This is a very interesting place, in that it's completely uninteresting to everyone but the Herc. Don't go to warp just yet. We're picking up a distress signal over here. You should take a look. Looks like it's a Ferengi signal of uncertain origin coming from the Karema system. I seem to recall Quark mentioning some business with the Karemans recently. This can't be a coincidence. We should look into this. Quark might have bitten off more than he can chew again.
Is that really a good use of our time? The Karemans are very resourceful. They design a considerable number of weapons and defense systems for the Dominion. I'm confident they can deal with the Herc on their own. As for Quark, he's quite capable of getting himself out of trouble. Trouble, I might add, that he had no business getting into in the first place.
I must say, Ambassador, I'm shocked. I know Quark's a gambler, but I never realized you were as well. Karema is a part of the Dominion, and an important one at that. Is losing their tactical and technological resources to the Herc wise?
Very well. Since I can see there's no talking you out of this, I'll accompany you to Karema. We're ready to go warp.
You were never gonna talk us out of it, out of the mission. The Karema system.
Where did all these ships come from?
And here we are, the Karema system. Let's find out what Quark needs, deal with it, and move.
Far be it for me to question the word of a founder, but that is a very large Dominion fleet I'm reading on sensors. I only mention it because we were led to believe Odo's fleet was the last. I trust there's a reasonable explanation for this miscommunication.
Your presence is not required here. Explain yourself.
What you could do and should do are separate matters, Solid. You would be wise to learn the difference. Karema is part of the Dominion. We are here to assist them, if they wish it. Odo commands an expeditionary fleet. It is his to use in a mission to seek and destroy the Hurk as he sees fit. My fleet is a defense fleet. It seems the distinction was not made clear to you. How unfortunate. Interference? Perhaps it's a Hurk countermeasure at work. I'll look into it. In the meantime, I will continue to respect the wishes of the Karemans. We will not intervene unless asked.
I will take responsibility for their actions in Kareman space. One of our operatives requires immediate extraction.
You're quite persistent, aren't you? Very well. In the spirit of our newfound pact with the Alliance, I will allow you to proceed, albeit at your own risk. Exercise caution, Odo. It would be tragic for you to come so far, only to end it all here over Korea.
It seems we're not getting the whole story here.
So, business as usual.
Exactly, Captain.
to the actual fight that we're supposed to be in. Swarms of
Hello? Can you hear me? We need help, and fast! Most of our planetary defense lines are in danger of being overrun by the Hurk. We've tried to evacuate, but the Jem'Hadar fleet opened fire on our ships when they broke orbit. We're trapped!
Combat is notoriously chaotic. I'm sure there's a reasonable explanation for that. One best pursued after we find Quark and help the Karemans.
I wonder. Ah, yes. We should try to find Quark.
Took you long enough. Is Garrett with you? Tell him. Found the package, so he better get here fast if he wants to go in peace. Running out of time here.
We need...
That doesn't sound right.
We're about as close to Quark's last known location. Quark's life sign is near here. Let's try to find a way in. How convenient. We've found a hidden path. Let's have a look. Interesting. The metal in the walls here completely scatters my senses. Ah, more seems brilliant like this. My tricorder shows a Ferengi life sign beyond that rather secure door. Unfortunately, the Karemen security system is beyond me. Given time, I could crack it, but we're running low on that commodity. There are a number of Karemen life signs nearby, however. One of them...
was it. I was gonna get eaten by one of those things. Can't say I like that idea much, so, thanks, whoever you are. You're not police, or military. Kremen military, anyway. What brought you down here to the middle of hell? Oh, him. Think I saw my brother and some of his men hustle the little grifter into a vault before those monsters got him here. Good luck getting him out of there. Wait, that was rude. You just saved my life. Let me return the favor. One of my brother's people should be able to open the door for you. Find them, and you're all set.
Yes, of course it wasn't her. That was not done.
Perhaps waiting here would be best. The outer world is still a mess.
I still get the all one, just not as much of it.
Thanks for the timely rescue. I, don't suppose you'd be willing to turn a blind eye to all the contraband you've seen down here? It'd save me the trouble of shooting you later. Kidding. I was kidding. You know, humor. Do they have that on your planet? Anyway, you're, clearly not Kremen. Oh, Quark, yeah, I know him. Little guy, big ears, flashy dresser. I hear he owns a moon. And we locked him up in a secure room when the shooting started. Big spender like that should be kept safe. Tell you what, help us out with all these nerks, gurks, and whatever you call them. Help us, and I'll help you.
The other Dominion ships just left the system. We're on our own.
I thought we'd be having a confrontation with them, but still gotta wonder why they cordoned off the planet.
Am I glad to see you? Thought for sure we'd be safe from those things down here. Caves do a number on sensors and transporters, but that didn't slow them down much. Filthy creatures. If you don't mind my asking, that'd be Quark then. Only Ferengi around here that I know of anyway. He's in a secure vault, not far from here, with another VIP. Look, I owe you my life, but I don't have the code to get to Quark. There are others nearby. One of them
Yeah, we already saved the person that did. Before saving you.
The door's right there. I'll stay here while you save everyone.
And here we all are. Yeah.
Let's just get this stuff undone with. What the hell?
It's good to see you too, Quark. I see your mission was a successful one as well.
Yes, Garrick, I found your mysterious widget. What is it exactly? It's not Kremen tech. They found it a few days before I got here. I haven't had a lot of time to analyze it, thanks to the Herc.
I see. Thank you. This narrows things down considerably.
It does. Good. That makes it more valuable.
Indeed it does, my friend. Indeed it does.
Oh no. My inventory full. I hate it when that happens. Food, give me assist. You can. You definitely don't need to crash that one. Castle White I'm not going to be going up against. Can't see a Castle White. Wait, because I got plenty on it.
Not the liberators I was expecting, but thank you nonetheless. I'm First Minister Bekelba. Our situation has gone from bad to worse, and we have the Dominion to thank for it. Those of us on the edge of the Dominion were abandoned when the invasion began. In light of that, we voted to secede, to truly stand alone. The Dominion stood by while the Herc attacked us. We held off the invasion for a while, but their numbers are great. When we asked for aid, the Dominion refused. When we tried to evacuate, their fleet opened fire. They mean to punish us for our defiance.
Well, First Minister, it looks like my distress call was heard. We're saved. Thank you. Looks like your reputation for getting things done is well-deserved. And as for you, Garrick, you and I need to have a long discussion. Seems you forgot to mention that Karema was under a Dominion blockade, and in the middle of a Herc invasion. Do Cardassians go senile? Oh, don't answer that, I don't want to know. What I do know is, you're not paying me enough for this aggravation.
The Herc are leaving. For now.
Oh yeah, isn't it that the Dominion used the Herc? Oh, don't tell me I miss out on all of that. It's gonna annoy me if that's the case.
Good luck with the revolution, Minister. You'll need it. You'll be hearing from me soon, Garrick.
I'm looking forward to it.
You won't when you see my bill.
No.
Now that we're past that unpleasantness, I think it's time we had a chat with Ambassador Odo, particularly about this technological wonder we've acquired. I have my suspicions, of course. Suffice it to say, I believe you'll find its purpose of great interest to all concerned parties. My main curiosity lies in what the Ambassador will have to say about it. I propose we get to the bottom of this together. Excellent.
What is this?
Stand down, all of you. To what do I owe this unexpected visit?
I hope you'll forgive the intrusion, Ambassador. We need to speak in person.
What are you up to, Garrick?
That's a very good question. What's this about exactly?
It's in regard to this device we found on Karema. Do you know what it is?
No idea. Some new Kareman military tech, perhaps?
Interesting. But no. The Karemans didn't make this. But it is a Dominion creation.
And its purpose?
I'm sure I have no idea, Ambassador. It does emit a signal, however. It's quite similar to that used by the Hurk. Perhaps I should turn it on and show you?
There's no need for that.
I don't like where this is going, Garrick.
Nor I, Captain. You see, I found a similar device on Bajor.
On Bajor? When?
Right after the recent Hurk attack, I'm afraid. Captain, scan the device. You'll find the soil residue on it is of Bajoran origin.
It does. It's from the Kendra province. Well, that doesn't mean that Odo...
Enough, Nerys. I can't have you defending me on this.
What?
Garrick's right. These devices called the Hurk, and we put them there.
Explain. Now.
We needed the Alliance's help immediately. There wasn't time for summits or diplomacy. So I found a high-value target and led the Hurk to it. I also took steps to make sure their attack would fail. Bajor was never at risk. You have to understand that.
Yeah. You put my entire planet at risk. People died, Odo.
Nerys!
Save it. I've heard enough.
Please, continue, Odo. You were saying?
I did what I needed to do to bring the Alliance into the war. I lied. Risked the lives of millions to save billions more. But there's more to this than a staged Hurk attack. The other Founders are hiding things from me. If I challenge them now, I'll have no chance to find out what. So, for now, I have to play the part.
Well, you're doing a great job of that, Odo. Or should I say, Founder?
Oh. Trust me when I say I understand your position. The Captain, on the other hand...
I know. I have a strong lead, but I'll need your help to move on it.
You know how to reach me. It seems you are a gambler, Odo, and a high-stakes one at that.
You have no idea.
It is not my place to question the will of the Founders. Your mind, however, is your own. Do with it as you will. But be warned. The Founders do not appreciate betrayal. If the Alliance withdraws from their pact with the Dominion, the consequences could be severe.
Yeah, for everyone, remember that. Oh my god.
I'm surprised to see you here, Weyoun. Aren't you usually at your Founder's side, hanging on her every word?
It is a message from said Founder that brings me here now. She would remind you of your purpose, to serve the Dominion as a whole.
How kind of you to deliver the message in person. Thank you for your service. As for my service, the Ambassador shares his wisdom and guidance with me. Truly, he is a most benevolent god. Why should I not serve him? He is a Founder.
Serve the Founders, yes, but also serve them well. Do recall the fate of your predecessor. She thought she served the Founders well, quite possibly to the moment her unfortunate life came to its conclusion. As we both know, she was greatly mistaken.
The same could be said for your predecessor as well, dear Weyoun. Have you forgotten his sins? I know the Founders haven't.
This is a private conversation. Unless you're here on a matter of the utmost importance, I suggest you find someone else to speak with.
Whoa.
Quite the revelation, don't you think? It will be interesting to see how the powers that be respond to all this. For now, I think it's best to keep this in the purview of the diplomats. Let's return to our ships. There'll be more time to speak about this matter later.
I need you to understand that Bajor was never at risk. We took precautions. I made sure that my fleet was in position to neutralize the Hurk in time. Karema was not my decision. Do you honestly think I'd take part in a plot to bring allies to our side, and then move to wipe out another group of allies? As I said to Garrick, there is more to this than we know. I'm going to find out what and why. I hope you're inclined to join me when the time comes.
That is a lot. Looks like there's a political power shift as well within the Dominion. And sorry, but that sounds like normal Dominion characteristic. To just...
Visits to the Dominion are always so enlightening, don't you think? I suspect we've just begun to discover what the Founders are playing at here, and that concerns me greatly. After today, the wrath of Captain Kira may be the least of Odo's concerns. I do feel we need to continue working with him, however. It may be the only way we learn the true intentions of the Dominion. With that in mind, I'll contact you when we're ready to move forward with his plan.
Congratulations, Admiral.
That's it for now. Where's the one? Head from it now. check out some other content. Let's take this back. So that's a reasonable amount of thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed what you saw, and I'll see you next time.